Hi class, today our lesson will be based on Pals 2, page 35. Grammar. Past simple and past continuous. Well, it is something that you have learned before, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you. Today it will be more of a revision on past simple and past continuous. Now exercise 1. Look at the table, then copy and complete the rules with when and while. So past continuous and past simple. Let's look at the examples given. I was sitting on my bed when I heard a noise. So when. I heard a noise while I was sitting on my bed. So you use while for sitting. When for the past simple. A. We usually use the past simple after. Now what you can see here is this. This is a past simple. So the answer will be after when. B. We usually use the past continuous after. Now you can see sitting, ing. So after, while. Now we are not going to do this into our exercise book, alright, but we are going to do exercise 2. Let's take a look. In your E2, yes, you are supposed to do this in your E2. Now, it's a beautiful Tuesday, right? You write as such, or you have a better adjective for the day, then use it then. Now, today is 15th of February, 2021. Write down Pals 2, page 35, colon, grammar, past simple and past continuous. So we'll start with exercise 2. Make sentences. Right, you copy the whole instruction or the rubrics, and then underline it. Now copy down the example as well. As you can see, his mom cooked when she hear a shout. Alright, so the question is, the instruction given here is, make sentences about Jay's family using the past simple and past continuous. Number 1. Alright, look at the example. His mom was cooking when she heard a shout. Alright, was cooking. Now you see the when here. When, normally, it is for past tense. Normally. Alright, so when she heard a shout. What about question 1? His brother eat when the lights go out. So you can say his brother was eating when the lights. Well, this is past tense, so you have to change the go to past simple, went out. So his brother was eating when the lights went out. Well, you don't have to copy the question for exercise 2. You just need to write down the answer straight away. As for question 2, his dad walked down the street when the ground moved. Alright, so it's about the same as question 1. So his dad walked down the street. So we put a was for he. The dad was walking down the street. You see, when the ground moved. Move is an adverb. Is a verb. Is a verb. So you need to change that to past simple. So you just add a D at the back. Moved. When the ground moved. Now, why would the ground move? That means probably the place was having an earthquake. Now, 3. Jay's sister talked to her friends when somebody shout earthquake. So here, see the when is here. Talk. So Jay's sister, she. So she, we use was. Jay's sister was talking to her friends. Right? When somebody shout. What is the past tense for shout? Yes, ed. Shouted. Shouted. Earthquake. Earthquake. Okay. All right. Next. His grandparents watch TV when everything fall off the shelves. Now, grandparents is more than one. More than one. Therefore, what should we put there? We put were instead of was. Yeah? Remember, was is for he, she, it. Now, were. His grandparents. Yeah, it consists of grandma, grandpa. His grandparents were watching TV. When everything Now, what is the past tense for fall? Do you remember? It's not ed, but fell. Alright? Fell. Fall, we change it to fell. Fell off the shelves. Alright, so exercise 2 is done. Let's go to exercise 3. Exercise 3. Here. Hi Ingrid, we're having lots of adventures on our holiday. Now, remember, this is what I want to tell you. Before you do any exercise here, always remember to read the instruction, right? Instruction and all the rubrics first. Exercise 3. Copy and complete the email with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. So here, copy and complete the email. Hi Ingrid, we're having lots of adventures on our holiday. While we stay at a campsite near a river, we have a terrible experience. There be a flood while we sleep. When we wake up, we be wet. Hope you're having a good summer, Jack. Alright, summer is the hot day, yeah? The hot season here. Now, we are supposed to put in past simple and past continuous. So, let's do it together. So here, while we, you see, we are using while here. Therefore, most of the time, or generally, we need to put in ing. What is the ing for staying? Just S-T-A-Y-I-N-G. But before that, we need to put down was or were. Now it's a we. Only he, she, it, we use was. And I, was as well. I, he, she, it, we use was. Now, this is more than one. So we were staying. Alright? So here, we were staying. We were staying. Draw a line. So this while. Therefore, we use were staying. Alright? ing here. Next. At a campsite near a river, we. Now, most of the time after using the past continuous, the next one, normally, according to the sentence here, we would change it to past simple. So have, the past simple for have, let's guess, H-A-D, had. Right? We had a terrible experience. There. Now, be, normally, we change it to was or were for the past simple. Alright? So since it's a flood, singular, we put was. There was a flood. While we, you see, while is here. When you see the while, so now when you see while, it should be ing. And this is we, more than one, so we put were. So were sleeping. While we were sleeping. Alright? Okay? Now next, when we, now see when, so in that case, there shouldn't be any ing here. So we just need to change the wake up to past tense. Woke up. Alright? Woke up. When we woke up, we, now be, either change it to was or were. We were wet. Alright? When we woke up, we were wet. When we woke up, yeah, woke up, we were wet. Okay? Now, next, exercise 4. Okay, here. 4, work in pairs. Now, in this case, we can't work in pairs here, so we just do it by ourselves. Express ourselves. Express yourself. Think of an emergency you have experienced. Ask and answer the questions. Now, the first thing, what was the emergency? Right? Well, for me, I'll use my own experience. Emergency. I had an elbow dislocation, yeah, many years back when I was still a teenager. Yeah, elbow. That's my experience. If you have a different one, use yours. Alright, this is my experience. An elbow dislocation. That means the elbow kind of sprained to a certain extent that the bone just dislocated out of place. So that is what happened. This is the elbow, so it's out of place. Yeah. dislocated. An elbow dislocation. Yeah. So the elbow was dislocated. So you can also change it to dislocated. An elbow dislocated. You can. Alright? Here. Okay, what were you doing when it happened? Alright, what were you doing when it happened? Okay, well, I guess I was trying on, you see, I'm using this past continuous. I was trying to do some acrobatic. Alright, acrobatic stunts. Still stunts. S-T-U-N-T-S. Alright, so this is the answer. This is my answer. If you have a different one, do it using your own experience. Right? What do you do next? Well, I call up. Now this is past simple. I call up my mom. Alright. How do you feel while it was happening? How do you feel while it was happening? Well, definitely I feel scared. And guilt, and I feel scared and guilty for trying something so stupid. Alright, let's continue to the next one now. Question 4. Now for question 3, you can always put the simple past tense, simple past at the front. You can say, I felt scared and guilty. Yeah? Felt scared and guilty. Okay, what do you do afterwards? Well, I guess I made a promise. This is past simple. A promise to myself never to act foolishly again. Foolishly ever again. Okay, now here. Now the last exercise will be exercise 5. Alright, exercise 5. So read the text, copy it down, choose the correct words, and answer the questions. Now, how are you going to do this? Here, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs lived or were living on Earth when they suddenly disappeared or were disappearing. Now you see the when is here, so this when it should be simple past. And first, number 1, it should be were living. Alright, so how are you going to do this? I will do the first paragraph for you now. Dinosaurs were living on Earth when they suddenly disappeared. Alright. Okay. Many scientists believe that a natural disaster killed them. How many years ago did it happen? A. 5 million. B, 15 million, C, 65 million. What do you think? So how are you going to write the answer? So you write down here C or C, just right below the question here. C, 65 million. Alright, so the same thing goes for 3 here. In the year 79 AD, there was a terrible volcanic eruption near an Italian city. Many people were trying to escape. Now, were trying. Alright, the past continuous is already here. Yeah, so the next one will be when they die. Alright, so 3, you write down copy down the whole passage, and then you write down the answer. What was it again? When they die. When. Alright, when. Now next. Where was it? Rome, Pompeii, or Venice? So you can write down it was in Pompeii. So B, Pompeii. Alright, Pompeii. Alright, next. 4. The next paragraph. In September of this year, London was or were burning. The fire started by accident and it quickly destroyed large areas of the city. Alright, so in September of this year, London. Now London is singular here, so we put was. Alright, so 4 will be was. The fire started by accident and it destroyed. Alright, now destroy large areas, so we put it adverb. Alright, adverb, because adverb is to explain more about the verb. Explain more about the verb. So quickly. Okay, now what was the year? A, 1444, B, 1555, C, 1666. Well, the answer is C, 1666. It happened. Next. On 1st November 1755, a terrible disaster destroyed the beautiful city of Lisbon in Portugal. However, the people were rebuilding or rebuilt their city and made it beautiful again. What was the disaster? Now, here. So I guess over here, even though this is past simple, but because we need to follow, there is no when here, you see, so this is past simple. The verb before that should be past simple too. The pattern would be the same. Rebuilt. 6. Rebuilt. What was the disaster? Yes, in Lisbon, a disaster happened, which is an earthquake. An earthquake. An earthquake. Right? An earthquake. A. Alright, next. On 15 April 1912, a ship was crossing the Atlantic Ocean to the USA when it suddenly hit an iceberg. The ship sank. So when it, alright, I would say this is suddenly, because suddenly is something like an adverb that explain more about the heat. So suddenly will be a better answer. And then what was the ship's name? Well, it's none other than the famous Titanic. Yeah, not the Golden Hind or the Santa Maria. No, it was the Titanic. Here, there's this picture to explain it. So answer will be B, the Titanic. Because there's only Titanic, Titanic. Okay. I must be thinking about something else here. All right. Titanic. Yeah, the famous Titanic. Okay. Now, and the last question, can you name a natural disaster from the past 10 years? Well, yeah, a few. We have a few right now. Tsunami was definitely one of them. All right. So, there it is. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.